close race, right? Like, you know, it really could go either way. And pollsters telling you that someone's going to win for sure, they're lying to you.
Yeah.
It's quite funny. I think we must have been crisscrossing because I've even been in Pittsburgh and Detroit as well over the last week. And I think the thing that's the dynamic that I think is not being spoken about in this race is what non-white voters do.
Yeah.
So I did a focus group.
You know, Democrats
traditionally very heavily Democrat.
Trump's eaten into that.
He has, and I did a focus group in Detroit, Macomb County. It's in the northern suburbs of Detroit on Wednesday night, and it was fascinating because the people who were pro-Harris in the room were all white women, and the people who were pro-Trump in the room were all black or Asian Americans. And the final moment of that focus group,
how you'd think this race was going to go.
Now that is not going to be replicated in the numbers, but even Trump eating into a bit of that is really going to matter. It was the last question I've asked of a voter in this campaign over months and months, with a short distraction for the UK election, with you, of course, Harry.
Briefly.
But the last question I asked of a voter was at the end of that focus group. A black 31-year-old woman, she voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016, didn't vote in 2020, and she was umming and ahhing throughout the focus group. She wouldn't come down on a decision. I said, where are you leaning? And she said, Donald Trump. And I said, why? And she said, the economy. And that, I think, tells a bit of a story about this election. A lot of these undecideds may come down. It may just be as simple as inflation and the economy.
Inflation and the economy, the border, immigration, all those top issues. Trump, even if you ignore the sort of the trends of the polls, Trump is ahead on the top 4 issues. Abortion comes in at about number 5, I think, if you look at it. Obviously, Harris is ahead on that.
But very important for white suburban women. And that's the big thing now.
Will that be enough to save her?
Will they find these women voters to turn out and beat the white turnout in the rural counties?
If anything, Donald Trump should be winning this election, right? Being ahead on all those key issues and the incumbency factor and the geriatric Joe in the White House causing absolute merry hell, he should be walking this.
He should, and I'd be interested to see whether you've seen the same, Sam, but when you do the interviews and the focus groups, there is still a lot of dislike for Donald Trump's character out there. There is still a lot of people saying he's rude, he's aggressive, he's divisive.
The biggest thing from speaking to voters in the blue wall states that we've visited, the economy. People have said the past 4 years have been
which is unfair, because the American economy, I mean, Rachel Reeves would kill for these growth figures, right? It feels unfair.
Look, it really matters to people, and it's very interesting that we have spoken to people that are for Harris and are for Trump, but ultimately they have all agreed on one thing, and it is the economy. The past 4 years have not been great. That's what people were telling us.